Deportees incoming. Jamaica boasts to Trump as expelled expats are to arrive in the country within weeks.
Teach them! Always make sure the message reach them!
Within a week or two, the Jamaican government will have to accept dozens of deportees from the United States. This news comes days after US President Donald Trump signed an order that imposes visa sanctions on countries that refuse to accept the deportation of their citizens, even amid the global new coronavirus pandemic. Jamaica closed its airspace to incoming passengers, initially at midnight on the 21st of March, before being extended 2 days later, as part of measures imposed by the Wellness Administration to contain the spread of the coronavirus locally. A batch of deportees was scheduled to arrive in the island earlier this month. However, the deportation was delayed after discussion with US authorities. We have been able to delay the entrance of a number of deportees, but we will have to accept them at some point. In fact, I expect that we will have to accept them within a week or two, said Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang. Chang could not give the precise number of deportees expected, but disclosed that the US usually sends between 50 and 60 every 2 months or so. We would definitely want to keep it within that number so that we can manage them, and once they come in, we will have to quarantine them. Trump's new order was issued last Friday in a memorandum to the Secretary of State and the Secretary of Homeland Security. It will remain in place until the 31st of December. He argued that countries that deny or unreasonably delay accepting their citizens from the US during the pandemic create unacceptable public health risks for Americans. The president said the US must be able to repatriate foreign nationals who violate the country's laws. Under the directive, the Secretary of Homeland Security is to notify the Secretary of State if a country refuses to accept or unreasonably delays receiving its citizens, and if that action impedes the operations of the Department of Homeland Security to respond to the COVID-19 situation. The Secretary of State then has up to 7 days to initiate a plan to impose visa sanctions on the country. Tens of thousands of removable aliens have been released into communities across the country, solely because their home countries refuse to accept their repatriation. Many of these aliens are criminals who have served their time in our federal, state, and local jails, Trump said in his executive order on enhancing public safety in the interior of the United States. The presence of such individuals in the United States and the practice of foreign nations that refuse the repatriation of their nationals are contrary to the national interest. Meanwhile, Chang revealed that Jamaica, through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, was able to convince the US to hold off on the deportation by pointing to the impact it would have on the efforts here to contain transmission. We are having a serious challenge. We were one of the first countries in the region to close our borders. Therefore, to break it open for deportees would pose a challenge to our entire system, the National Security Minister said, summing up Jamaica's pitch to the US. Essentially, we asked them to look at the two sides of the story. Do we accept deportees? And if any of them come with any illness and begin to overwhelm our public health system, we would be in a very, very big situation. At the same time, Chang acknowledged that if the US government decide to impose sanctions on Jamaica, we would be in serious problems. Either way, we get hurt. Our economy depends heavily on our primary trading partners, and therefore we do not need a fight on that front. At the same time, we cannot afford to push our public health system into a crisis, Chang said.
Teach them! Hey, yo, hello! Send the message and make it reach them. It's teach them. Right here, Warlord representing.
Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment below. Remember to like and share the video. Don't forget to subscribe for more awesome content. Follow me on social media and check out the suggested videos on screen. This is Teach saying, until next time, walk good, my friends.